Good morning. I'm going to feed our sourdough starter, and that's day 7, if I recall right. And today is May 1st, 2020. So yesterday I baked bread in the morning. So the kitchen was a little bit on the warm side, but even during that time frame our starter didn't rise. And so I have my other starter out, and I made bread in the morning. I baked bread in the morning, but I'm not sure if I checked our starter before I went to bed in the evening, but let's check it out. It has been on the lower side for hours, but now let's see how it is. And that's the cup size. And I don't know if you noticed it yesterday, it's supposed to be like 1.5 measure. That's half, one and a half, but it was below 1.5 cup mark. Well, this morning that's 2 here, and it is above 2. So it is rising slowly but surely. So it rose all the way to above 2. Not quite 2.5. That's 2.5 here, and 3 is here. That's where we wanted to get to. But for some reason yesterday the original measure, the measure was below 1.5. So and that's 1.5 here, and that's how far it rose within 24 hours. So that's good. We are going to open it to see how it is. Scoop half cup out to transfer to another jar, and we will feed the one we scoop out, the half cup, with 1 cup of flour and half cup of filtered water, and the remaining of this jar we'll just dump it in the trash. And that's inside of it. So yes, it's bubbly. A lot of bubbles in it. And let me wash my hand. So I have half cups of water here. I'm going to pour 1 cup of flour in our clean jar, and that's a half cup. So I'm going to take 2 of these. So now we have our half cup of water that I'm going to transfer to the jar, and I'm going to pour 1/2 cup of starter in it as well. But first, let's stir it together. I try to smell it. It is a little bit fermented, but I can still smell the flour in it. And that's our half cup and I'll just mix it together. You have some flour at the bottom. And I think you see have a little bit of flour there. We just want to make sure we incorporate everything well. Yeah, I think we got it. So now I'm just going to scrape the jar carefully so that I don't spread the starter all around it, since I already have a clean jar to start with. Like I didn't put the starter all over inside. It was right. I have clean top. I think I can just try to keep it like that by scraping the dough down even more. And now we can look for the cup. And that's the cup. So with my clean hand, I can see if I can push some back in, scrape the spoon, and let me wash my hand. And let's see, that's cup measurement here. You can see inside of it. And we can see that's half, one, and 1.5 here. So it's in the middle of it. So let's see how far you can get it. It's how far it's going to rise this time. We are going to leave it until like for 24 hours pretty much, and we'll feed it again. Half cup of starter, 1 cup of flour, half cup of water, filtered water, and mix it together. So that's our starter fed. I'm just going to put the lid on it without closing it, and I'll put a towel on top of it. I'm going to move it here, and that's that. I made sourdough bread yesterday, and I used to buy French steak rolls. They sell it at $3.98. I don't know if you'll be able to see the price, but then they'll mark it down twice to that price before we will purchase it, and I'll put in the freezer for sandwich. But when I couldn't find it this time marked down low enough, that's when I start making sourdough bread regularly, because I know how to make it and I have made it in the past, but I just don't do it often as much as I bake sourdough pizza. So, but I try to calculate the cost of my batch. So pretty much I use 2.5 cups of flour, and I used to use unbleached flour, and unbleached flour costs $1.22, and I use 8 cups to make. In fact, I use 6 cups for the dough, 1 cup to feed the starter, and I will use a little bit to flour the board. So that's 7 and a little bit of scoop. But the 5-pound bag has 17 cups in it. Costs $1.22. So if I say that I use half of it, which will be about 8.5, but I use less than that, but just assume that I use a half, which will be 2.5. So 2.5 pounds times 5 pounds, no, 2.5 pounds times $1.22 divided by 5 pounds is about 61 cents, or pretty much $1.22 divided by 2 is about 61 cents. So if my bread, 2.5 pounds of bread, cost me 61 cents, and this bread here, I don't know if you are seeing it, is 2 pounds 7 ounces or 39 ounces. So if this one is costing me $1.43, even marked down, my homemade sourdough bread is still cheaper than buying whatever bread I like to buy on sale. And if it's not on sale, it's even more expensive. So when it's baked for you already, the labor cost will be added to it. The baking cost, the heat, everything else, overhead cost will be added to it. So it's totally normal for purchasing it, the purchase price to be more expensive than you. Will be more expensive than you buying the flour and taking the time to bake it yourself. You are using your time. You are not paying for your labor. And of course you are using other ingredients in the house, like even the heat, the stove, everything that you are not figuring into consideration. So your bread is going to cost you cheaper than if you are buying it yourself, and it's going to be healthier as well. Thank you for watching. I'm Afiavi Ojune Liberman, creators of Liberman Consulting L.L.C YouTube channel and owners of Nina's Soap. And our website is ninasoap.com. And let's not forget here that sourdough bread has less gluten in it than our regular bread. Thank you.